Hey, what is going on, everybody? Marty here with Comic Book Fanatics. And so, just a little bit of what's going on with me. I've actually been moving. Well, actually, I moved here to Florida about a month ago, and I finally got everything pretty much settled in. Of course, I'm going to be making changes here and there as far as the setup and everything goes, but it has been a minute since I've actually been on here and been part of the comic book community. But some, I've been taking actually some time to go back and look at some of the videos that a lot of people been posting, and I've been trying to catch up on some of the shows like the New York Warriors. Of course, I've been doing the show with Tim at Lords of the Round Table, and things like that. But I'm totally not totally out. Hopefully, you guys don't think that, but nevertheless, I just wanted to do this video real quick just to kind of show my support of the comic book community because I was watching a few videos and Undisputed Frost set out the call to do a tag video and just to kind of support the community out there and just show some variance. So, and without having to dig through my boxes and everything, I just grabbed the closest things that I have displayed in this room. So, with that said, I wanted to show in my support of the comic book community the ones that I had here. This is actually a variant of Star Wars #1, Volume 2, and this is a Forbidden Planet variant by Andy Gradnoff, and this is Boba Fett. Beautiful cover done by him. I got this a couple years ago, I think it was, or so. Can't remember when I got it, but beautiful cover. And another one I just had laying around over here. This is another beautiful, gorgeous cover right here. This is a Alex Ross cover and Darth Vader with some stormtroopers around him. Very beautiful. And so I just thought I'd show those two since I had those laying around up here and show my support and do this little tag video that Frost had set out. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's been about a week or 2 weeks. I'm not, not sure. As I mentioned, I'm just getting caught up on videos right now and trying to get what's going on. I just figure out what's going on in the community lately. But with that said, I'm still part of it. I just been kind of laying low a little lately and just getting settled in. And I started working here. I'm back home in Florida. I moved down here to get closer to my family, which is nice. And I have, of course, friends that I grew up with in high school and everything. They're all down here, so it's nice. Texas. Nothing wrong with Texas. I love Texas. My daughter was there, so I was there so I could support her until she finished school and everything, and make sure she was settled in. But it got a little bit lonely, not being around family. As you get older, you kind of realize, you like to be close to them. And then I've got friends here that I grew up with. So it's nice to be able to see all of them and get together on the weekends and what have you, and just and do things like you did a long time ago. But I like it. So I'm kind of still getting used to the comic book scene around this area. So today I actually looked up conventions around this area or close around this area where I can go to sometime soon. Hopefully, I know convention season is pretty much about to be over with, but starting in January, I just kind of want to, pre-plan everything and make sure I know exactly when the next convention is, so I can get set up, because I like to start. I love conventions. I love going to conventions and getting set up and, dressing up every once in a while. I've got my Batman, I've got my, Captain America. So those are nice to do. Um, and I think I moved down here probably about a month or so ago. And Ray's been holding down the fort, man. He's been a real trooper, even with the whole sergeant major responsibilities that he's been doing and trying to get adjusted to his new PCS. And he's up in Fort Campbell, Kentucky right now. So he's stationed there, big old sergeant major, and he's got a lot of responsibilities, but nevertheless, he's been holding down CBF for me, for us, because it's a 2-man operation. And but yeah, being back in Florida is nice. I know there's a few people that are within the comic book community that live around this area. And if you do, and if I don't know, hit me up, man. Hit me up. Maybe the next convention or something, I'll run into you. I know Lou lives down in Lou, the statue collector Lou. If you guys don't know him, he's part of the statue community, but he still collects comic books. And he's actually down in Orlando. And JLS Comics Jesse, I think he's around the Tampa area. I think I'm not exactly sure. And then I know there's a few other people more down south, but hey, if you guys are within the Florida area, and you guys are part of the CBF, or you guys are a subscriber to our channel, what have you, just let me know. I'd love to, run into you guys the next convention I go to. And of course, I'll always post next time I head down to a convention. And I think that'd be awesome to be able to run into people and get to know people within this community. Because I knew quite a bit of people in Texas that were part of the community. It was nice to run into them and talk to them. It was really funny because I think the last time that me and Ray had gone down to the I think it was the Fan Expo or the Dallas Convention one. People had run up to us and just, started talking to us, and they recognized who we were. And so that was really nice. That was really nice to see. So if you guys are, of course, like as I mentioned, within this area, let me know, man. I'd love to run into you guys and see you guys, and hopefully get to know more people in person around this area, like-minded people, of course. And getting back, I've been out of the net for a while, kind of just, as I mentioned, getting settled in, doing my thing. But I still, of course, I still collect books. I still collect my statues, my 1/6 scales. I just haven't really done any videos to do the unboxings. I think for pretty much, I'm really laying low on a lot of these premium format statues that I was collecting in the past, man. Sideshow's been, I don't know if Sideshow's been raising their prices. Statue prices have been really going up. Even 1/6 scale statues have been going up too. So I think I'm starting to lay low on those premium formats, and I'm actually going to be doing the 1/6 scale statues. So, but I think I'm going to start just focusing on that and trying to save some money up to finish up some of my Amazing Spider-Man collection, the earlier runs, because those are a little pricey, as you guys know. Those earlier Amazing Spider-Mans, and trying to stay with those big boys who's got the number ones and the earlier editions, man. I tell you what, that's hard to do, but nevertheless, that's pretty much what I've been doing, and what I've been really focusing on. I started working down here, and I'm still in the medical field, so that's nice. Actually, I think third week I was down here, I got a job, and I started working with them. Wasn't expecting to really start working it. I was just kind of going to lay low and just make sure the house was set up, make sure I have everything exactly the way I want it. But just to kind of give you a little scan around, and I still need to do, once everything is adjusted and set up the way I like it, and when I feel comfortable with doing another room tour video, I'll do that, and I'll post that. But just to kind of give you guys a look of what I have, here's a few things that I got set up. And I tell you what, I love me some shelvings make a big difference when actually, you're trying to save a lot of room. So here's a bit of my Star Wars collection, this side right over here. And so I got a side that's all part of my Star Wars. And I know you guys can't see a lot of it, I understand, because of the way the camera's situated, and this is my webcam anyway. So man, that's blurry, isn't it? And on this side, I got my Predators and sort of my fantasy statues on this side. And that's just a little sneak peek. And then if you look at back there, there's another room that's back there. And that's where the majority of my superhero stuff is, my statues and everything. And I also got a comic book room where I display a lot of my comic books. And so that's nice. So that I've got so much more room here than I did in my last house, which is, yeah, it was smaller, and I was just running out of different places. What's going on, Dragon Dew? Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in, brother. But so I'll eventually do a room tour, as I mentioned, and I just wanted to give you guys an example. And but I'm loving how everything's starting getting to get set up right now. Um, and we didn't have a show last week. Tim didn't do a show last week, but I think we're going to do one this week. I was watching The Walking Dead tonight earlier too, man. The season premiere of The Walking Dead. Wow, love it, love it. And then of course I was watching The Talking Dead after, and I like to kind of see the interviews of the characters and the actors of, and then talk about the TV show. So that was nice as well. So I would have done this video a lot earlier, but I know it's late and a lot of people ain't up right here to watch this live, which I wasn't expecting. I was just gonna do this that way I can save it later on, and of course just show my support to the community once again, whether it be the comic book community, whether it be the statue community, which of course I'm a part of as well, and I love my statues. I love my 1/6 scales, and I collect a lot of things. I collect, well, I used to collect autographs. I used to go to the conventions a lot. I used to get a lot of autographs, get books signed, meet some of the actors and actresses and stuff. So that, I used to do that. And I do miss these conventions. I don't think I went to, man, I think last year, I didn't go to any conventions last year. I think not even one. I don't think I even went to one convention last year. But I think, yeah, this year I'm definitely going to make sure I hit up some conventions this year. And of course, I can't go as many as I used to before. Now that I'm a homeowner, I've got to, kind of focus my money on other things now and make sure that I have money saved up to make an event that I need it for emergency purposes or not. But yeah, Dragon, you said collecting statues a long time ago. I still got some left. Yeah. I still have actually a few statues that I have yet to unbox yet, and I think they don't necessarily go with I guess my motif, of my collection. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is probably selling, putting a few of those on eBay and selling a few of those myself, and see what I can get back for it, and put that money aside for some other things, and see what I can get. Either, I don't know, maybe catch up with some other 1/6 scales. Man, I tell you what, Sideshow Hot Toys have been releasing some 1/6 scales that I want like crazy, man. You just cannot. You can break the bank trying to get caught up with all these things you want. Like, for example, I was showing you guys my Star Wars side here earlier, and and I have like clone troopers and stormtroopers, man. I have a lot, but there are still more that I don't even have in my collection. And buying it on an aftermarket kind of thing on eBay, and of course they double up in prices, man. I'm telling you, you're going to break the bank trying to get caught up with stuff like that, especially like the Predators. I love the Predator 1/6 scales, but those things get pricey too aftermarket. And if you don't jump right away on Hot Toys on Sideshow and get them for the selling cost of that, man, but you can't pre-order everything, and you can't, of course, make payment plans for everything, because you can still go broke doing that. But it's all good, man. And I would tell you, here's another thing. I would tell you, I think I was on a while back looking at when I was on Tim's show. I think it was last week or a week before. And all these names that were popping up in the chat, man, I will tell you, there are names I do not even recognize, man. Then that kind of just told me that I've been out of this game for a long time. Well, not necessarily out of the game, because I'm still in the game. I just haven't been very active in the community, and that's my fault. You just kind of get caught between the axle of life and everything, and things just kind of go by on the wayside, and your priorities and focuses go somewhere else. but but there's a lot of names that I did not even recognize. I'm looking through a lot of these channels, and a lot of these the guys that I know, they're shouting out people that I've never heard of before, and which is good. I think it's great. I think the community is continuing to strive forward. I remember when me and Ray first started to be part of the community, getting to know people, and um, just trying to get everybody get face to face and talk to each other, and to know people more on a personal level and a face to face level a while back. But I see that's continuing on. That's awesome. I think that's awesome that other collectors are starting to come up and do more videos, and getting to know other people as well, and getting those connections, and and learning other people's from all around the world, all around the place. Hell, we used to chat with people from Canada, and even places in Europe and everywhere, all across North America. So I think that's wonderful. I think that's great, that the community is still continuing on and still developing, and just kind of on its own momentum, if you will. And it's interesting to watch some of these newer. I don't want to call them newer collectors, because I'm sure they've been collecting for a long time, but I guess newer people in the community, in the YouTube community, or social media community, that and they're it's interesting to learn from them, because a lot of the books that they're showing, um, are something that I've never heard about, or newer books that have like first appearances, and or things like so. I think that's great. I think that's great, and definitely want to show my support to a lot of those collectors like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I've collected variants for a very, very long time. I think variants are awesome. They have wonderful covers on them, and so I think there's nothing wrong with the way people collect. Not everybody's always going to collect the same way as another person, and someone's always going to dislike another person's way of collecting, or there's always going to be something, guys. And don't get just don't get, I don't know, put down, or don't feel bad if other people don't necessarily agree with the way you do things, because no one's always ever going to agree with things. And just continue to do what you're doing. If you love what you do, just keep doing it, guys, and enjoy your hobby. That's your hobby. Enjoy your hobby. And I think you'll always be successful in however you do things, if you do it the way you love to do it. And don't ever let anybody dictate or tell you how to do things, because it's never going to make you happy. It's all about what makes you happy. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the way you do it might inspire me, and I've seen some things that these other newer YouTubers have showed me, which inspired me as well, and kind of made me want to look out for when I go to the LCSs or comic book or stores, or conventions, if I go to, and I'll watch them, I'll write them down, and just put a little note beside them saying, look out for this or something. So I think that's kind of cool. So, kudos to a lot of these newer YouTubers, and what you guys are doing. You're an inspiration to a lot of these other YouTubers who, have yet to come out of the closet, in a matter of sense, saying and come out and maybe do their own videos and stuff. And I remember when me and Ray first started this, we were always like, man, why don't you guys come on Comic Talks? Everybody can see your face. We do, talk a little bit about what you do and what you collect and everything. And I think it's wonderful, guys. So just keep that community spirit and love going, and continue to do random acts of kindnesses, and trades, and live auctions are going on, and just a whole bunch of that mess is going on, which is great. So with that said, I just want to show my two variant books I had nearby me, and of course they're Star Wars, because they're right over there next to my Star Wars one. I have them on display right there. And so Frost here, here's my response to your tag video, brother. And to everybody else's who also did a response to this his tag video as well. And I think that's a good thing that he made that call out there to do that. But all right, that's all I got, guys. You guys hopefully have a good night, and hopefully you guys continue to keep collecting. And like I said, hit me up if you guys are within the Florida area, around my area, and you guys are having to go to any conventions anytime soon or whatever. Just hit me up, man. Send me a message through CBF, website, Facebook group or whatever, and let me know, guys. All right. Peace out. Take care of yourselves.